Basically, I found many different sources of inspiration through dance, through martial arts, through qigong, through energy training techniques and meditation. And what I discovered is that there's something that they cannot teach you, and that's experience itself. And that's the main source of inspiration in what I teach now. As I experience, I share to the participants, and I lead them into having an experience, not so much to listen to my words, but rather to all together participate in an experience. At the very root of everything, what I teach is the bottom line. You are not your body, you are not your mind, but yet you have the body and you have the mind. But that's not your reality. It's like you have this set of clothes where you're wearing, the same thing with the body and the mind. That's what I learned with my teacher. And through my training in martial arts, in dance, in yoga, in hypnosis and other techniques that I learned, it's how to use the body properly in space with minimum effort, how to use the mind with minimum effort. But the ways that I lead people into the workshops that I teach is to, bottom line, to come to a point of stillness in their mind and in their bodies. That they come to a point that they say, I am not feeling my body, even though I am in my body. I am not feeling my mind, even though I'm in my mind. I'm totally in the present moment. And there have been many cases that people, yes, they achieve nirvana, the kingdom of God, satori, whatever you want to call it, in the workshops. It's people totally lose consciousness. All of a sudden they wake up and they say, wow. And it's not because they were induced, it was because they're surrendered to be fully in the present moment. So the greatest challenge is that we are not really doing it. The key is in loving yourself. That's at the root. And for myself, it took me many years to finally really start experiencing what real love is within myself. So in the workshop, I guide them to experience their body, to experience the mind. I start isolating. I guide them to experience the energy field of the human body. And also I guide them through a series of interactions in relationships with other people, leading and following each other. So they get to experience what a harmonious relationship is. And then I guide them through some techniques of assisting each other to release tensions in the body. So by the end of our workshop, they're very relaxed, the bodies are relaxed, the minds are very quiet. And that's when I start relating also the teachings of Jesus, the teachings of Buddha, from an experiential perspective. Like I shared to them, the kingdom of God is nothing but what you're experiencing right now, when you're fully at peace, when you have no questions, when you are really loving yourself. Teachings of the Buddha, the same thing. And then I relate like the teachings of the Vedas, the Upanishads. The Upanishad says, only those that have experienced the self can teach about the self. So you haven't experienced inner peace. You cannot teach about inner peace. You can talk about it, but you will not teach it from an experiential perspective. So that's how I start relating to them about the scriptures. And again, it shortens the way, because many people, they experience miraculous moments in their life. Some of them, they got healings. Some of them, they experience the microcosmic orbit in the energy field activating. Some others just become witnesses of their physical body breathing and moving. I ended up with my former job. I worked for many years at company Toyota. No, don't even mention it. Don't put Toyota. But I worked there in a company for many years. and I have a secure job and everything. Very easy life for me from the materialistic perspective. But there was a point that I make a decision. I said, well, I have a few more years and I can retire comfortably. I don't have to work the rest of my life. Or I can retire right now from my job, even though I'll have to wait a little bit longer to be very comfortable in my life, but I can start doing what I really enjoy. And I took that decision. I exit my job, and then I started just teaching and sharing the workshop. And it has been quite a blessing because, again, I've been traveling around the world, different countries, and doors keep opening, inviting me, come and do a workshop here, do a workshop there. So it has been very interesting and little by little unfolding of my life.